All right, YouTube. So tonight, while I'm driving to go get some parts, I just want to talk about Eli the Computer Guy and Louis Rossman. These guys are... I watch both of these guys. I subscribe to both of these guys, and really do enjoy both of these guys for very different reasons. And it's interesting how a lot of us do watch both of these guys. I'm finding out. You know, a lot of us YouTube viewers watch both Eli the Computer Guy and Louis Rossman. You know, I happen to have a cell phone repair shop, so that was why I started watching Louis Rossman, even though he does, you know, he talks about it's mainly MacBook stuff, right? Which I don't even actually service at my store. But I do use a lot of the same tools, you know, and when he talks about you know, his core philosophies and rants, and you know, when he talks about different aspects of the business, those are the reasons that I am mostly entertained and educated, or you know, it's somebody that I see that goes through a lot of the same things that I seem to go through at my store, because it's very, very similar business. You know, electronics repair businesses. So now Eli the Computer Guy, you know, like I knew about Eli the Computer Guy, and I watched some of his videos before he went and did these failed normal videos on a different you know, a different channel named Failed Normal, and to be honest with you, that was when I really started to become more interested in the Eli the Computer Guy videos. I've never watched any of the videos, you know, his most viewed videos, you know, introduction to hacking, or you know, how to set up this, that, you know, the more educational videos, if you will. Those ones, I've never watched one. I've never ever watched one of those videos. I mean, there might be a day that I do watch any of those videos. If I ever needed to watch a video on one of those topics, I'd certainly watch Eli's first. But yeah, there seems to be a big thing going on right now not between these two guys. Don't let me say this wrong, but it seems the viewers almost seem to be making this into something between these two guys, but it's not between these two guys. It is interesting though, you know, that like, you know, like Louis right now is really, you know, he made a, like today, right? His video for today was, you know, let's see how, I don't remember what it was, but let's live stream, basically. Let's mess up Eli's live stream by doing this, by live streaming right now. And it is interesting. And I wonder how many people, like, let's say for myself, right? If Louis is doing a live stream, let's say at 1 o'clock, right? And it's going until, you know, let's say 3, 4, 5 o'clock, whatever, right? But Eli starts one at 2. And now bear in mind, now I'm helping customers and fixing phones and doing my thing. So a lot of times I don't get the notification. I don't know even. So, or I don't see the notification. It's weird, you know, being a cell phone repair guy, how disconnected I am from my phone. A lot of times I don't even have it with me. So when Louis starts let's say at 1 o'clock, and then Eli starts at 2. Now at 2 o'clock, I'll switch over to Eli. And it's not, sorry about that, just sort of hit the gas there quickly and the phone sort of knocked over. It's not because, it's not because I like Eli better, or I don't like Lewis as much as I like Eli. It's really the reason. Well, I don't know. I find myself to be more interested in Eli's YouTube video. Maybe because I'm almost 40, and I'm kind of going through a thing right now where I'm looking to sell my store, which is a very busy store. It's too busy. I'm the shopkeeper that's always complaining about how busy it is, and I wish I would have a day or two where nobody came in and we were all scheduled and we can just, get through, or even a week, you know what I mean, where it's not a vacation week, but it's actually a work week, but the door is shut. Because the jobs, quite frankly, come in, faster than we can do them. And, it's careful what you ask for, right? When you're good at something and you care about not screwing people over, what can happen? But, yeah, so I myself, now I'm more interested in Lewis's videos, the introduction to basic electronics, that series, or I'm more in Lewis educates me more, or in a different, I guess educates me more. Definitely in a different, they're different, right? So I don't understand. It seems to be like this big war right now, right? Where a lot of people bring it up in the chat on Livestream. And I don't know. I think it's making something, even Lewis today mentioned, the day after I did the last live stream, or maybe it was the interview he recently did, the next day Eli does a video on jealousy in tech, and he's, Lewis jokingly says, I'm sure, but behind every joke there's a bit of truth, right? So that being said, Eli says, Lewis said, he's going to take credit for, for Eli saying, his next video was jealousy in tech. And the thing is, part of the reason, especially that I got into Eli when he was doing the failed normal stuff, was I'm almost 40. This guy just turned 40. Kind of those videos he was doing on failed normal seem to hint at, I'm 40, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm looking to have a career change, or maybe not necessarily a career change, because I think, and this is the funny thing about YouTube, right? It's just like television in a way, right? Or radio, you listen to Howard Stern every day, and then all of a sudden now you make these assumptions about, I think, Eli was looking for a career change, although Eli didn't come right out and say that. And also, I think, or maybe not a career change, but maybe something to supplement the YouTube, right? Maybe he's bored because he is able to only work half a day, half a work day being 8 hours. He's able to work 4 hours and get his shit done and pay his bills and probably save money and support his lifestyle. He's got the nice house with the couple of fish ponds in the back and all that, right? He's got the travel trailer. He's able to go to these different national parks. Very cool. Very cool. Great fucking lifestyle. I like that, And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see this as somebody who, like myself, I said I'm trying to sell my store right now. I'd like to do just mail-in order stuff, a few of these harder jobs a day, maybe 4 or 5 of them, and I'd be able to make what I'm making now, and even more, because I won't have this overhead, and I'll be able to have more time with my kids, and I won't have to do retail hours, right? So, yeah, that's why I kind of, and also I love to take my family camping. I got this other channel. I don't think I've done anything with it yet. It's called Family Camping Ontario, or something like that. I don't even remember the email address, but I love being in the outdoors. I'm looking actually to move out of the city. You can see that big high rise in the background there. So I'm right in downtown Toronto. I'm on my way to go get some parts right now. It's 7 o'clock at night. I left the house at 8:30 this morning. And once I'm done getting parts, then I'm gonna go back to the shop and work for a bit. So I won't see my girls tonight at all. And that bugs me, as a dad, having 3 young daughters and not being able to see them at night. Really, that affects me a lot and bugs me a lot. So that's my thing right now, is I'm looking to have a different business. I'm looking for a career change of sorts. Not an all-out change, because I do like what I do, but to modify what I'm doing right now, to change the way, to get rid of the retail shop, would make a lot of sense to me right now. And oh boy. So yeah, so that's why I would switch over to watch Eli, because I find I maybe have more in common with him, even though Lewis and I seem to have more in common in the sense that we both have this same kind of business. He's in New York, and I'm in Canada's New York. We seem to have similarities even in the amount of rent we pay, and for our retail shops, and all that. So the battle. So I'm just curious, what you guys think of this battle being waged between these two guys, although it's really not a battle being waged between these two guys. But like I said, a lot of people, well, Eli sort of started talking about Lewis, saying, especially around the time he said he thinks that in, an X amount of time, he thinks Lewis is gonna start doing only YouTube content. That's gonna be his main source of income, and that could be right, like he does seem to be doing the live streams every day, which I gotta say, I'm a fan of the live stream, because it is just something that's on now while I'm working for many hours, at my desk, and then the music's playing in the store. So it's Yeah, but I'm not a fan of the live stream because it's sort of, if you want to learn anything about the live stream and that, you kind of have to. I mean, if you want to know, it's not like, oh, I'd like to know about this problem that Lewis talks about in this labeled video. Now it's like, Sunday at work, or rainy Saturday at work, or Friday night at work. And, if you happen to be paying attention and he solved it then, and it was something that, knowledge that you could retain. The point is, those videos aren't going to be as easy to find solutions to your problems on or through as the other ones are. And yeah, but Eli is much more entertaining for me. Because I would love to get a travel trailer and fucking get rid of my residence. Okay, fucking go then. Fucking retard, man, you fucking knucklehead. Sorry, just letting somebody go who wants to go, who doesn't pay attention when it's time to go. That's the funny thing. Gotta pay attention when you're driving. So anyways, yeah, I find, every day I'm looking for an Eli video first, and second I'll look for a Lewis video. Not that I don't like the Lewis videos. Again, I do like the Lewis videos, and in a lot of ways I've learned a lot more from the Lewis videos than the Eli videos. But Eli does have that voice, that he jokingly talks about. But again, behind every joke, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts, I guess, on the battle between these two guys. What would you do? Like, what do you do? Do you switch from one to the other? I'm sure everybody has a preference. What do you think about Lewis doing videos at the same time? Do you think that Lewis should not do his videos at the same time? Do you think that Lewis, I personally think Lewis should do whatever's convenient and whatever's best for him. It's interesting. Is that really what's happening with Eli now? Is it that Lewis does seem to get a lot more people watching the live stream. He seems to get a lot more views. Seems to get a lot more views for his videos. He doesn't get the amount of views that Eli used to get on those old educational videos. That was a whole nother thing, right? He definitely doesn't have the subscriber base that Eli has. But right now, video for video, it does seem that Lewis, the Rossman, gets more views. And yeah, for me, I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on why, unless it's like repair shops. There's a lot of repair shops just watching his videos, but I'm not even sure of that. A lot of the people commenting in that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the heck those people are up to. So yeah. And if Eli is looking for change, I think that Eli should stick with YouTube content creation, and I think he's got to find a new little piece of tech that he can pull out from the apple of tech, the pie of tech, right? You know, Eli likes to talk about making the pie bigger, and that is because of that, and that not alone, but that is a big reason that I think Eli is not jealous of Louis Rossman. Eli could give a shit less when Louis does his videos. I mean, he could give a shit less. I mean, he'd probably prefer, it'd be easier for him if Louis did them either right after or right before he did them, because a lot of us do watch both, so it would stop probably a couple hundred people from having to choose between one or the other, right? But I mean, you know, Eli's got what, 700,000 plus subscribers. I mean, we're talking about a couple hundred people watching a live stream, you know? I don't think Eli gives a damn. I think Eli's making the pie bigger by even throwing it out there, because Eli is smart enough to know, and he's said this, right, that, you know, if you don't want anyone to get any type of publicity or any type of, you know, advertisement or what have you, don't mention them at all. Just don't mention them, you know? Eli would say, he who shall not be named, right? And for a while when he first started doing that, that was kind of right around the time when I first started watching both of these guys, really. You know, and so I didn't know who he was talking about. I had an idea, right? You know, remember when Louis did the video with the probes, right? You know, so if Eli didn't want to I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you know, Eli is that old guy, right? The older guy, just the little gnat. He's the older gnat, just bat, 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 flapping, you know what I mean? Just like he says, right? So, you know, mention Louis. Louis is gonna do YouTube content, you know? So bang, Louis, you're making the pie bigger, you know? Right? Which is cool, which is great. I'm into both of you guys. A lot of people are into both of you guys. I think it's great YouTube content. Both of you guys have been extraordinarily helpful for me for kind of different reasons. Insightful. You know, and hell, you've even inspired me to make this YouTube video and to try and put some content up, because fuck, I'd like to make the pie bigger. I'd like a little slice of the YouTube pie. It's probably not going to happen. I don't think anybody gives a shit what I have to say on YouTube, but I'm just throwing it out there, you know? Like I said, I'm looking to change careers, if not entirely, at least modify mine. So, you know, you throw enough things at the wall and something will stick, right? So that's what I'm doing with this, and yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy this enough to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And you know, maybe I can get some views from the Eli the Computer Guy and Louis Rossman fans out there. So yeah, I really, you know, that's about it. I don't know. I think both these guys are doing a great job again. I wish that Louis's live streams were somehow edited later, where they would say, you know, this is so that those great quality repair videos will keep rolling. The live stream's entertaining while it's on, but afterwards you know, it's sort of a big kind of mess there that, you know, I mean, if you know, you're bored at work, you want to throw something on for a few hours, that's great. But if you're looking for, you know, that technical information, it's in there. It's in there. I also think that Lewis isn't able to get enough done during the day while he's doing the live stream, which I could see as a shopkeeper could be extremely frustrating. And at first, you know, you're excited, a lot of people are watching, so you come back after hours or whatever and you finish up the work. But, you know, that can get old pretty quick. You know, like right now I'm going out to get parts right now, and, you know, it gets old pretty quick. No matter how many parts you stock, there's always one you need today. So, yeah, you know, no matter how many stacks you spend in a month on parts, you always need a different one, especially when there's always something new coming out, right? Always something new. So that's about it, I guess. And yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah.